I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Fucking A.
Kick him over to me. I said you kick him over to me, Pele.
He took one stolen car, two wrong turns, and a beautiful hostage.
You kidnapped me with a candy bar?
Makes a handy weapon.
Time to stop those little yuppie crooks now.
Charlie Sheen, Christy Swanson, getting there is twice the fun. The Chase,
This could actually work.
rated PG-13, starts Friday at theaters everywhere.
Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another review. This is a Patreon review, this time for Tainan Vasquez, who wanted my thoughts on the 1994 action film, The Chase. Now, first off, thank you to everyone who has joined me on my Patreon. If you ever want to be a part of that, certain tiers get you certain things. Or if you ever want to request pretty much any type of video, review, re-review, movie topic, whatever the case may be, you do it directly via my PayPal. The link to them will be down below in the info box. If not, no worries. But The Chase, I remember seeing this way back in the day, and even back then enjoying it. I think it's a little bit underrated. It's fun, it's fast-paced, it's a movie that's on the move. The title fits it perfectly, because the movie doesn't take too long to get going. Charlie Sheen, yeah, I don't know about him as a human being, but I do enjoy him as an actor. Whether it be films like Young Guns, Hot Shots movies, especially Hot Shots Part 2, The Arrival, which I think is underrated, Men at Work, this movie. Yeah, Charlie Sheen has done a lot of good stuff. Platoon, which I reviewed on the channel. Terminal Velocity, which I like. The Rookie with Clint Eastwood, I like that film too. So there's a lot of films of his I do enjoy. And he's at a gas station, takes Christy Swanson from the movie Buffy the Vampire Slayer, not the TV show, but the movie that the show was based on, takes her hostage with a Butterfinger bar, but they don't know that yet, because he's running from something. Cops show up, he gets nervous, takes her hostage, gets in her car, they escape, and then the rest of the movie is one long car chase, which I thought was a cool idea. And pretty much the movie is a fun take on the media and the fear-mongering of the media, which is apt in today's age. And it's kind of making fun of parts of the media where during this chase they do stuff like, oh, here's a news program, kidnapped 100 miles per hour. And they put those type of titles on the programs from time to time. Terror on the Highway. Yeah, I was trying to think of the other one. Terror on the Highway. Programs like that spark up. And oh, that must be horrible in that car. Meanwhile, the two, Chevy Chase and Christy Swanson, start to get to like each other. Which, granted, you just say that's whether cliche or very fast case of, I forget the term, but you could be like, oh, do you buy it? Do you buy her falling in love with him so quickly? But the chemistry between the two is a fun, charming way. They play their roles well for what little they have, meaning it's not a deep character study or anything. So because the actors do their jobs well, and because they play off each other fairly well, I just went with it. It didn't bother me as maybe other people did. And because it was going at such a fast pace, and it's just more of a fun popcorn movie. I mean, you have cops chasing them, including Henry Rollins. And then the other guy, I remember, Josh Mostel, he was one of the people in City Slickers with Billy Crystal. And they have a camera crew following them, like the TV show Cops. I thought, though, especially Henry Rollins, they were fun. Because they're trying to be deep in front of the camera and what they're doing. And you tell maybe they're playing off a bit for the camera that's filming them. Chrissy Swanson, you get an idea that you find out she's the daughter of this rich guy, as she says, the Donald Trump of California. And you see him, and it's played by Ray Wise, who I remember from Wes Craven's Swamp Thing. He was in Jeepers Creepers 2. He's been in other stuff. And actually, I think his wife, aka Chrissy Swanson's stepmom, is Claudia Christian from Maniac Cop 2 and the TV show Babylon 5. And the action scenes are well handled. There's even a sequence where they're on a freeway, and one thing that happens, and this medical vehicle starts spilling up bodies. I'm like, wow, this did it before Bad Boys 2. If you remember Bad Boys 2, which I love that film, it had bodies falling out, medical bodies. This was doing that before Bad Boys 2, so I'm like, I wonder if someone saw this movie and went, let's take that for Bad Boys 2. But one of the things I do enjoy about the film, how it showcases how the media can perpetuate the situation and the media coverage on it, which is a true thing that they still do in today's age. So, being that it's a movie that is fast-paced, has entertaining action sequences, granted, the car scenes are not monumental, like the car chase in The French Connection and Matrix Reloaded, and even films like Ronin. They're still well done for what they have to be. Maybe it would have been nice to see a bit more extravagancy in the cars chase sequences that would have bumped this movie up a few notches. Maybe it would have been more well known if it had done that. But for what it is, it works well. Charlie Sheen kind of accidentally shoots the tires of a cop car and it flips, and then makes this, a van and an armored car flip over. Meanwhile, the relationship between the two builds, and even Charlie Sheen stands up for Chrissy Swanson against her father, and calling him a dickhead, which I thought was funny. Other character actors, Marshall Bell, who doesn't play a villain in this. He actually plays a good guy who's a lawyer who's been friendly with Charlie Sheen. Sheen contacts him on the phone. And Flea and Anthony Kiedis, people from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, they're in the movie as guys in a van that tried to stop Charlie Sheen, I guess for fame or fortune or whatever, and they fuck up and flip over and screw things up even more. And again, more of that playing off the media, like even from the radio, he's talking to someone, he's like, oh, the story as it breaks live. Yeah, that's all that matters, right? We want your viewers to change the fucking channel, wouldn't we? And he gets pissed and Charlie Sheen rips out the phone. So yeah, I mean, you just say that maybe the actresses could have been a bit more amplified, a bit more bigger and crazier. You just say that, is it a big pill to swallow that Chrissy Swanson's character will fall in love with Charlie Sheen's character so quickly? But again, like I said, with the charm these two played off each other, I could buy it more than maybe in other circumstances. And it's just a fun, fast-paced film. with some clever stuff. Spoiler alert, starting now. There's a bit in the third act where you think Charlie Sheen gets shot, but then it's him imagining it, and he changes his mind on what he's going to do next. I thought that was a fun little clever bit. The end credits song is fun. I remember that from cable. I think that's how I first saw this, was on cable. I remember seeing like the third act of the film, and the end credits, I believe the song is called Shine from Henry Rollins Band. That's an entertaining song. So yeah, I think The Chase is a little bit underrated. A little bit of an underrated film. I don't think it's as bad as critics make it out to be. I know it got 2 thumbs down from Siskel and Ebert, and critics didn't really care for it, but I forget, I think there was some interview where Henry Rollins said that people still ask him about this movie, and that it has built a little bit of a cult following. Granted, I don't think the film's on Blu-ray or anything, but if you want just a fun popcorn ride, fast-paced flick that's a big car chase with some likable, charming characters, some interesting folks like Henry Rollins and Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers, Ray Wise and Marshall Bell and other folks. It's on the move. I never found it boring at all. Some nice, clever satire takes on the media coverage. It was so always just be kidnapped at 100 miles per hour. I could so see that happening. That's what's sad. I wonder if, well, I was going to say, I wonder if nowadays, since people are a bit more sensitive, but I don't know, there's always Fox News. And it still works today, because there are many times, including now, where the media sensationalizes and will be willing to make things seem worse than what they really are. If you don't think the media ever does that nowadays, you're in for a rude awakening, because they still do that to this day, even with what's going on now. So, sad but true. So, it was kind of interesting to watch this now. Granted, different circumstances, but still, I think it holds up fairly well. So, The Chase, if you like, it's not wall-to-wall. I mean, it's a car chase, so in a way it's wall-to-wall action, but it's not wall-to-wall. It's not a stunt show. If you don't think it's going to be a stunt show, you're going to be disappointed. There's a couple of decent bits. Maybe whether they need a bigger budget or whatever, it would have been nice to see a much more of a stunt show. Like the crazy stunts you would see in Cannonball Run, or even Hooper, Smokey and the Bandit, things of that nature. But as it is, entertaining film. Fun movie. It's worth a look. If you've never seen it, you like 90s movies, it's worth a look. So thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.